Hey, Jeff here, your YouTube reviewer of New England brews. Welcome back to NEBR, New England Beer Reviews. It's a Sunday afternoon in spring, a nice day in New Hampshire, and my neighbor's blowing off firecrackers, so you might hear a few explosions from time to time. Other neighbors are doing cookouts, so it's a busy day in the neighborhood. But today I'm going to be sitting here in front of the camera, enjoying the nice day and reviewing this beer from Rising Tide out of Portland, Maine. This is the Rising Tide Spinnaker hefe-weiss, and it comes in with an ABV of 4.5% ABV. It's an unfiltered, unpasteurized ale. So Rising Tide's been around not long. I started seeing some of their brews for the first time in 2012, I think at a Brewfest. So, and they may have been around a little longer than that. I haven't done much research, but their beers have recently made their way into New Hampshire. So I'm going to be checking out the Spinnaker, which looks like a pretty good beer. As I said, it's 4.5%. It's listed as a wheat ale on the back. So let me get right into opening it up and see what we have here. Using this cheap bottle cap opener. There we go. And on top of that, because I picked this up during a special beer tasting recently, I picked up a Rising Tide glass to pour this into. Not the appropriate glass for a wheat. I know you should use a taller glass, but hey, it says Rising Tide on it, so why not? Let's do it that way. Anyway, the pour is looking like it should. It's definitely looking like a good wheat beer. Hefe-weiss because golden in color, hazy overall, big head, which is pretty common in wheats and hefe-weissens. That head really builds up a lot. As I said though, hazy pale yellow, slow, moderate carbonation. The bubbles seem to be fizzling down just a little bit. Let's check out the scent. The aroma does have a nice wheat quality to it, and also a citrus quality as well, like pineapple maybe, something like that, maybe even close to the pear, because it's not quite as sour as a pineapple, but it does have a good meaty fruitiness going on like you might get in a pear. Let's check out the taste. We're having fun next door, it sounds like. Anyway, taste-wise, body is light to medium. And there's an interesting series of events going on in the taste here. Getting a nice, decent, bready, biscuity thing with a nice citrus zing, like pears or pineapple, as I mentioned before. Though not quite that sour, but I can't quite pin down what fruitiness I'm getting, but I'm getting a type of a fruitiness, along with a nice yeast and a nice wheat thing here as well. Hops are muted, sort of mellow, but it ends clean and crisp, doesn't linger much. Very refreshing, very refreshing indeed. Light to medium body, as I said. Bitterness is incredibly low. It's really more biscuity, bready, and wheaty, with that interesting fruit flavor. But as I said, it's got to be like pear or pineapple, something in that area. Nothing really tart, although pineapple might be considered tart. Pineapple juices aren't that bad. Nothing like apple, nothing like cherry or a berry flavor, but there's definitely an interesting kind of fruit thing going on here as well. It probably wasn't deliberate, but it definitely has that sort of feel to it, which kind of gives it a little personality of its own, which gives it just its own little personality, which I kind of like about that. The head has gone down, as you can see. It's really pretty much fizzled down to a small ring, and but it has left a little bit of lacing in the glass along the way. Carbonation seems pretty quiet now, but I mean, you can tell with this, as I said, a little hazy, so you can tell there's an unfiltered quality about it. Incredibly easy to drink, 4.5%, so you can drink it in a refreshing sort of way, as opposed to just sipping it slowly like you might for a higher ABV beer. But very likable beer, I gotta say, from Rising Tide. Very nice. So that's it for now. This is Rising Tide Spinnaker, their hefe-weiss. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you again next time.